Hi and welcome to the first ever iDebate sessions. We will be here on YouTube the first Friday of every month. But what's our purpose?
To discuss current and controversial issues that you will have something to say about. And how can you make yourself heard, Miles?
Leave your opinion in the comment section below, or follow the link in the video description also below to our Facebook page where you can get information on how to get involved in the filmed sessions. My name is Miles Daniel Davies.
I'm Kerry Wellborn.
And I'm Phil Tottenham.
Don't forget,
Open mouth.
open minds.
Crisp.
Wine.
Perfect. That's good.
High five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Osama bin Laden, the founder of Al-Qaeda, the terrorist group responsible for 9/11 attacks in the US and the 7/7 attacks in London, was hunted down and killed by American troops in a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. This sparked celebration worldwide. Is it right that we should celebrate the death of this man? That's what we're here to find out.
Killing anyone, even an enemy, will only escalate to more violence. It won't end it. It will never end it, and that's the whole point of this whole thing, is that it won't cure violence. It's just an exercise of violence. It's encouragement of it, and we're just retaliating. And not saying that we have, or America has no right to retaliate, but then is this really justice being served, or is it just murder being murder? The guy was killed, they went into his house and they shot him. No questions asked. I don't think that's justice.
Well, he's dead. He won't be able to hurt anyone else, will he? He won't be able to continue to pollute the minds of the youth. He won't be able to continue to encourage people to do this kind of thing, this kind of behaviour.
There's always going to be a bin Laden though. There's always going to be a bin Laden, and especially with Al-Qaeda, which is such a big and powerful group.
This is the first step, and
we're not two of the biggest powers in the world, us and America, and we haven't been fighting this power for so long because they're weak, because they're not, and they're just going to come along with someone bigger, someone better, who's going to retaliate to such an extent that they're going to want to up bin Laden. They want to be the next big thing.
You don't know that. What if this is the first step to putting an end? What if this is the first step to breaking it down? You don't know that there's going to be someone else that's going to continue the same thing.
There's that which I entirely agree with. It could be a first step. It could be, but the fact is that the whole religious side of it is the moral aspects of this was murder. We murdered the guy. We murdered a man, a human being, which he is at the end of the day, and probably messed up in the head. He's not right. He's not all there. Misguided, definitely. But we murdered the guy, and we're celebrating that fact. And America were all saying that it was their duty and that this is what they wanted. But it wasn't duty at all. It was just a complete revenge. It was just a revenge mission. That's all they wanted to get him for, was so Obama could prove that he was powerful, and that America could once again step back into the limelight of being a powerful country, which they, over the past few years, kind of got lost. They lost that whole limelight.
It's not just revenge, though. It's not just revenge. There are families calling out for action to be taken. There are families that are worried that, sleeping at night, if they live in a big city, they're a massive target to these people.
There's
there are
still
people
a massive
that can
target
now,
to these people.
Yeah, but now that they know there are steps being taken, there are people, there are
So
procedures in place
the
to put
hundreds
an
of
end to
soldiers
this.
that were over there are not steps being taken.
Now
The
that
hundreds of
there's
soldiers that were
active,
dying aren't
there's-
steps being taken.
but there is, they can see active proof of progress now.
But there's been progress. There's been plenty of progress, which has all really been, it's been missions of blow up a building and kill everyone inside, and there's been lots of deaths of women and children.
Yeah, but now Bin Laden is dead. They've cut off their head. If people living their everyday lives have no idea that this, you're not expecting that to happen. So they expect that at the top there's going to be a level of security. People are taking action to defend them, to make sure they don't have to worry every day where their family are going, or where they might be. they don't want to have to stay away from these popular monuments just because they'll be targets for such a twisted mind as Bin Laden.
If a guy walks into a house and kills a baby, and he walks out of the house and a policeman goes up and shoots him in the head,
If he's a serial killer,
is that justice?
if he's done it before and he's going to do it again, it's not justice, it's security. You know, people want to feel safe.
How do we get to the bottom of why these people are doing it? How do we get further? How do we ask? We can't ask Bin Laden now, who's your right hand man? Who's this? What's that? What's the other? You know, we've hit a wall. We've killed the guy. Great, fantastic. The celebrations that were going on after 9/11 completely mirror the celebrations after Bin Laden's death. And it's not like a celebration of relief, like, here we are, finally we're safe. Because we're not safe in the slightest. We're nowhere near being safe. We're far away from being safe. Because we'll never be safe. There's always going to be an enemy. I understand that you need the trophies, you need the heads to say, we killed Osama Bin Laden, we killed Saddam Hussein. It doesn't change the fact that what was going on in America, the celebrations, was just evil. That was just as evil. That whole sick celebration of a death. It's just not right.
But you say a human being, you say it should have been put to trial of what's justice. But all of these things are for people, as you say, like civil rights, for people who can function within a society. This person, Osama bin Laden, was the proprietor of so much evil that do you not think him being brought down, killed, do you not think that kind of cancels the evil out? For him having done so much evil to so many people.
Do you believe in the saying like an eye for an eye? Do you go
I understand
with
what it means.
that? Do you go with that? Would you do that?
But if someone hit me and then continued to hit 1,000 other people, someone would have to put a stop to him.
How'd you do that? Kill him?
Yeah. Or well, not kill him, but in terms of scale, if it was.
So you're just exercising the violence, because then the next person, you'll get a chain of vigilantes going out and saying.
No, when you said the person hits you, and I say hit 1,000 people, you put him in jail. If this person would to kill your family and then to kill 1,000 more people, the only way to stop him is to put a stop to him. Security reasons.
Murder is still murder, and that was murder. I don't care who you are, the reasons for it was still murder.
Just now you said eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So the opposite of that is turn the other cheek, as you're aware. If you turn the other cheek and they strike you again, you turn the other cheek and they strike you again, and then they shoot you in the head. What does that solve? You're dead. And then the next person turns the other cheek, they kill them. The next person, the next person, the next person. Everyone turns the other cheek, then everyone ends up dead. Then what? We just completely give in to them, because everyone has a violent nature. You've got violent nature, I've got violent nature. Governments have a violent nature. They've simply manipulated this in such the text in such a way that has allowed them to act in a violent nature, because there are others that have read it and interpreted it as a peaceful way. Where has this extremist version arisen from?
It arises from the same as anyone. Where did the IRA arise from? They're extremists.
I think it's arisen from a patriarchal desire for power.
Which is America not one big desire for power? Are they not just one big terrorist group in themselves?
So you're suggesting it's just two massive people fighting for power? I don't think it's anything to do with religion. It's power, yeah. Power of the religion gives them an excuse to search for power. But really, they just want power. It's nothing to do with religion. They're just using religion as an excuse. Both sides using religion as an excuse to search for power.
So America did that for security or to gain back that power? Because that's what they're doing. They're just trying to fight back for that power, because that's all they want. America craves that power and craves the limelight to be the most powerful nation in the world.
But that's all opinion based. Everything that people say, that's just one person saying it. But there's no fact based on it. Just because lots of people say it doesn't mean it's right.
No. Just because 1,000 people go and celebrate his death doesn't mean we should have murdered him. Bang.
Touché.
There you go.